Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Stephen Funk. I'm with Veteran Upward Bound Montana, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what it might look like to get on Montana State University Billings MSUB's website and search for your classes, search for an academic advisement worksheet. And so you can really go to your first advisement meeting prepared and feeling as though you really have a grasp of what's going on. And sometimes students will come and meet with me in my office and think that maybe I have access to things as a teacher that they don't, but that's not true. I just go to the website, I search for what you need, and get that for you. And so I really like to know that all of you can do this if you desire to. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and show you how I'm going to use MSUB's website. Okay, so here I am at MSUB's homepage, and there's a lot going on. I'm just going to go ahead and use this search window right here the way I would as a Google, Google browser searcher. I'm going to type in academic schedule 2020 and see what comes up. And so you see we've got the summer 2020 course schedule. It's a little too specific. We've got the registrar's office. Now, the registrar traditionally was one person who helped you register for classes. That's what they did, and that's what they'll do at a small private school. At MSUB, the registrar's office is a team of people collaborating to help you register for your classes and try to help keep you on track for your degree program. I'm going to go ahead and click on that because that's where this information will be. And so if you look at this information, these academic calendars are basically telling you when classes are in session and when they're not, how to know what holidays we observe and which ones we don't. And then you've got registration dates. So when's the deadline for registering for certain classes? And then we have two different campuses, the university near downtown and then the city college out on the west end. What I'm looking at that's going to be helpful for me is this online course schedule lookup. That's what I want to know because I'm going to get an idea, and I'll show you through academic advisement. I'm going to get an idea of what I might need to take, and then I want to see when they're being offered. So this is really the magical place to be to figure out what class is being offered, when, who is teaching, and how is it being delivered. Okay, so let's just say most every student we know is going to start with the Writing 101, right? And that's a class that I'll help prepare you for. And I want to know for my Writing 101, let's not do spring, let's do fall of 2020. I want to know when is this being offered. So my first list here is to narrow down the subject. I'm going to scroll all the way down to W. There we have writing. Now, since I'm a new student, I really don't know these instructors' names. Um, Seems like many instructors, and it is. And some of these instructors aren't even teaching right now. So ignore that. You want to know, do you want to take an online course or a face-to-face? Do you want to narrow that search? For now, let's keep it any so that you can see what's open. But it is good to know that you can say, hey, I know that I work, Tuesday and Thursday, and I need this to be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. Then you can select Monday, Wednesday, Friday if you want. You can even tell it when you'd like to, start. But I wouldn't do all that right now. Let's just get a general sense of what's going on here with the Writing 101. So we're going to say search class. And now you can see Writing 095 is not what I'm looking for, so I'm going to keep going. And these are the 101s. And so every 101 is going to be the same number of credits. If you need to take the E portion, you will know that. This is a lengthy testing process, and that's sort of a developmental add-on that they put you in as well if maybe you didn't score as high as you needed to on a placement exam. But let's just say starting the 101, and this looks like a lot of information. Well, first of all, you can start to narrow these one-on-ones down by, you know, do I want to be in the honors program? Do I want to take traditional college writing one? That's a choice. You've also got the choice between Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 hour long, or you've got this Tuesday, sorry, that's an E section. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 hour long, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 hour long. Uh, you may be limited to exclusively Monday, Wednesday, Friday writing classes. But you can see you've got the morning option, 10:20 to 11 option. You've got 12:40 to 1:40 option. Um, you've got 2 to 3:30. And so you do have a few different choices. If you are interested, there we go. We've got one offering here on a Tuesday, Thursday, 12:10 to 1:40. So you can see it's a longer class. It's only happening twice a week, kind of in the middle of the day. So you really need to think about your family schedule, your work schedule, and what you're looking for. For those of you who feel as though you're ready and confident, able to do it, the online offerings always have 800 after it, and it will also say online web. So you can see this one is full, the exclusively online course, but it looks like they added another one. And what these numbers mean here is how many can enroll in the course, 25, how many are currently enrolled in the course, and so how many openings are left. Um, and so, both of these are pretty much the same. If you find a class that says there are 0 openings, sometimes there's a chance to get in, but that's more likely to happen with an upper division course, so those 300, 400 level courses. And you personally email the instructor and you explain your circumstances, and sometimes you can get in. But if I were you and I wanted to take writing one online, I wouldn't try to apply for Instructor Doing's class. Then I would go to this Instructor Bradley's class and go ahead and try to register. Now, very important things. The most important thing to register for this class that you need is what's called the CRN. Okay, and that's a fancy term that basically means the identification number of the class, and it's 62654. So if you go to an advisor saying, I want to take an online writing class and it's taught by James Bradley, this could take you a really long time to figure out. If you go in there and say, I know I want to take online writing and the CRN is 62654, they can get you registered right away. Let's say you don't want an online writing class. We've got a traditional writing 101 right here with Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9:20 to 10:20 in the morning. And this is the CRN 60169. There are 2 openings in it. We don't know who is teaching it. And sometimes when you want some advice or really honest feedback, you can just come and ask me. Since I am a writing instructor, I know all of these colleagues, and I can try to help match you with the personality that might be most conducive for your learning. Another bit of information that you get here that's important is the room number of where this class will be held. So this is the Liberal Arts Building, 712. So that's going to be in the Liberal Arts Building, the tallest one on campus. It looks like it's got no windows, 7th floor, 712. And so on and so forth. So that's kind of the process. You need to get an idea of what kind of a class I want to take, how do I want to take it, and then make sure you're sort of ticking off all of those boxes. Um, for the fall, it looks like we've got a fair amount of offerings for this general ed class, but they are going to fill up. So it's good to know ahead of time. So that's how that works. So now let's say I want to have a better idea of what classes I should be taking, right? Even before I go into VUB and talk to an advisor, before I go to the main campus and talk to an advisor. Advising worksheets are one of my most favorite tools. Okay. So we have advising and career services, And right here in the top left, I'm going to go ahead and click on advising worksheets. So now this is really the place where you get to dream and think and plan everything out, but add in some flexibility and remember that your general eds are pretty much the same across the board. You might get to decide things like, do I want to take bio or chem and things like that. Um, but make sure you understand the general ed requirements and that you're hammering those out right away. So first decision, right? Do I want a BA, a BS? And this is for the main campus. If you were on the City College campus, it's an AA or an AS. So let's say, for example, I'm thinking I might want a BS, and so Bachelor of Science. And so this one has with a major in biology, and it actually goes through and tells you step by step, okay, you're going to need a math, and specifically, you'll need one of these two maths, right? You'll need an English, you'll need a communication and information literacy class. So right here, 9 credits of general ed. And if you need to start at a math lower than 171, then that actually doesn't count for this major requirement, right? So these are really important things to talk to your advisor about and talk to us about. You can see you've got your social sciences, your history, cultural diversity. So some of these things with a science major, they're not too particular about which class you take, but you've got to remember, we want to graduate well-rounded students. So no, if you want a Bachelor in Science, you don't just take 100% science courses. That's not the way it works. And then once you get to this page, you start to see all of the choices that you have. And remember, for this major, it said Math 171 or Statistics 216 would count for that general ed requirement. So any of these other mathematics that you take will end up, moving you towards the degree via elective credits, right? Just units that count towards a degree, but not towards a specific major. It doesn't mean that you took it for no reason or it was a quote unquote waste. But you really want to say, okay, if I can hit this major, get 171 calculus out of the way first, that would be ideal. Not many of us live in an ideal world. But you can start to see all of the different options. So with history, it says you can take any of these. And so even within a science major, then you could say, well, am I more interested in American history or, international relations? Pretty interesting stuff. With cultural diversity, am I interested in Native American studies, or am I thinking that I want to learn about women, culture, and society? So lots of different choices. And these are the things you'll go through, and you'll find that you have this checklist up here, and you start to tick these off as to what's completed. And then the really exciting part for you will come in your major classes. So if you're majoring in biology, hopefully these are the ones that you're most excited for, right? And it will tell you, in order to have a BS in biology, you will take all of these classes and the labs that accompany them. So those are those little 1-unit courses where you're actually in the laboratory. Sometimes you're online, but usually you're in the laboratory. And then 10 credits of electives in your major. This is just the really fun stuff. You're interested in Bio H is going to give you that human anatomy, right? Little chemistry. You're going to say, oh, yeah, I'm a really big fan of physics too, so maybe I want to take a physics class. So, if you have that BS in biology, it does not mean that you did, 90% of your work in biology. And you will be required to take some of these chemistry classes, biochemistry classes, and then you can see the mathematics courses that are counting towards your major. So you will be taking the 171 and then eventually a 216 as well. So not surprising, a science major is going to be heavy in math. And then you get down here and you can see that you've got others. So these unrestricted electives are those courses that maybe you took, the Math 103 before you took the 171 or something like that. And so really, really good to know. So I advise all of my students to meet with me, meet with Lori, meet with somebody at VUB, and get this advising worksheet for your major. This sets you up with a solid plan. And the best part about this is the university has to honor this. If now the year is 2025 and you're still working towards this, Bachelor of Science degree, majoring in bio, and you declared this major in 2020, the university has to honor the way they set it up in 2020. They can't pull the rug out from under you, make a change, and say now you've got to fulfill these additional, requirements to get this degree. So, pretty cool tool. And then the last thing that I want to show you on this tutorial was, let's see if I could just search for it right here. Week block schedule. We'll see what pops up. Okay, advising reference guide. We're gonna look at that because I see time block schedule on there. And we've got a 20-page document. Okay, not exactly what I was looking for, but this is it. So page 10 of 20. We'll find a different way to find it as well, or you could just download page 10 of 20. I really like the time block schedule. You're going to put in your name, your ID, your date, the term for every single semester or session. And then this helps you visualize your schedule, right? So if you're signed up for that writing 101 that we saw that was 9:20 to 10:20, you're going to write right in here, writing 101, writing 101, writing 101, right? If you end up taking maybe an introduction to biology course online, this is where you write it down online. And I'm not only going to write down like writing 101 up here, I'm also going to write down the CRN, those numbers that identify the class. So I'm going to go to my first advisors meeting with my advisement worksheet for my major, with my time block schedule, right, with a really good idea of where I'm headed, and give them this information of what I want. Because the last thing we want for you to do is work with us at VUB and then go into advisement and have somebody just kind of throw you into the classes that are most convenient scheduling wise, but they might not be the best fit for your lifestyle and for what you want to do right now, right? So I do hope that this helps. I think learning how to navigate this Montana State University Billings website is one of the most difficult tasks that you'll learn right in the beginning, but this is sort of the equivalent of the home button. You can get back to this original page, and let's go see if we can find that worksheet just by itself. If I say block schedule, what do I come up with? A time block schedule. Looks promising. I think this is it. And there it is. And you can just go over and download this. You can print it. You can have a hard copy. For those of you who know how, you can download it and and edit it online, however you prefer working. But this is something that we work with all the time. So you want this time block schedule. You'll want to end up with, excuse me while I scroll around, your advising worksheet and the one that's specific for your major. And then that's when you just start to have fun. Go to your semester and just look at everything that's available. And you don't just have to be thinking only about writing and math. You saw that you had to take something on history or cultural diversity, communication, and so you have a lot of room to play with electives in most majors. And so, don't forget to have some fun with that. Many majors that are bachelors of arts are going to require those foreign languages. So I recommend that you look at those very early on. Sometimes you only have, German 1 in the fall, German 2 in the spring, French 1 in the fall, French 2 in the spring. So if it's something that you put off until next spring, you find out you can't take it until the following fall, right? So, if that's something that you're interested in, you just go ahead and you search that class. And you can see for the fall right now, we're not even offering it, right? And so these are really good things to learn early on, and then you can go to an advisor, you can start to find out, hey, are we going to have a German, or to fulfill my foreign language requirement, should I think about taking French, right? Um, and right now we don't have that. So is this going to be a barrier, and really ask those questions. Is class, supposed to be offered in the spring or next fall? Or is this something I can take online? There are many colleges now offering online classes, and they're not charging out-of-state tuition. So you can start to get creative to fulfill these requirements, but it's just a discussion that you want to start to have early on. And so I hope this helped, just covering navigating MSUB's website, looking for class times, registration, advisement worksheets, and planning out your schedule using that time block worksheet. If you have any questions at all, you email me at sfunk@vubmt.com. My other contact information is on the VUB homepage, and I'm delighted that you've joined Veterans Upward Bound and look forward to meeting you.